Hi, this is Evie Lynn March. I'm here with Together Soul in the heart of Baltimore's Art District on Charles Street at Reverb. We're here with City to City Music in the Spotlight, brought to you by Galactic Worldwide. I have Emily and Ryan. They sing a nice series of folk Americana. Hi, Emily.
Hi.
Hi, Ryan.
Hello.
So, what got you started in playing this particular genre?
Um, well, I feel like I've had influences of folk music and singer-songwriter type genres for most of my teenage and young adult life. I didn't start playing music until I was 19, but I definitely had influences of these in writing. And it wasn't until me and Ryan met and started hanging out and playing music together that I think we realized that this was a genre that we did well in together, both singing and writing.
So I'm going to ask both of you a question. What got you interested not only in music, but did you have family influence, and did you have what inspired you mainly?
Well, I would say both friend and family influence. Both of my parents are musicians. My mother's a singer, and my father is a piano player. My younger brother is a bass player and guitar player. And so I basically grew up around, the musical family. And throughout late high school and college years, I had a lot of friends who played just acoustic guitar. And I think that's what really got me interested in that kind of music, and how, organic it can be. And it seemed a lot easier to pick that up than to try to learn piano. So, just being around a bunch of different people and different kinds of instruments and genres.
Okay. And Ryan, how about you?
Yeah, I started at early age as well, probably about 12 years old or so. My father played guitar, my grandmother played piano, her brother played saxophone, so music's in the blood, if you will. And so as I started playing at the age of 12, my brothers picked up instruments as well. My brothers Brandon and Shay, and so we've been kind of playing since. Easy day.
Very nice. Very nice. What has your performance experience been? I know the two of you, how long have you been together, and what has your experience been so far?
Well, me and Ryan have been playing and writing together since July of 2014. We didn't play our first show until the end of August, and it definitely quickly took off in that we started playing around our cities in Virginia, and I think we just kind of fell in love with the whole, quiet coffee shop type setting, playing in front of a listening room and playing at local bars and restaurants. And it's been a really great experience to it was the first gigs that I've ever played was just with us. And I know Ryan has played a lot more gigs before with his full band, but this is definitely, I would say, a different vibe, just the two of us on stage. It's very intimate, and I think we've both really enjoyed that intimacy, sharing with each other and the audience, in a close setting.
Okay. Now, do you write all of your own music?
We do. We in our typical set, Ryan and I probably do a few covers that we pick out and rehearse, so they sound slightly different than what they originally were. But most of our music we play in one of our sets is original music we write together.
Do you have a favorite song that you have written or perform?
I do. I always love playing a song that Ryan and I wrote together last year called "The Quiet Needle."
Wow, very nice. Now, can you touch a little bit on what that song is about?
Well, it's a pretty deep song. I would say it's probably the deepest song that Ryan and I have written together. It's about something, a deep secret that a woman finds out in a relationship when maybe the relationship isn't going as well as it used to be, and she's afraid to tell her partner that she's found this out. And the whole song is just kind of this journey that she's going through with not knowing how to tell this person about what's happening with her.
Oh, that sounds fantastic, actually. Now, what makes this song particularly important or special to you?
Well, it's definitely gotten the most attention whenever we play it live and when we've submitted it to different online opportunities. And I think me and Ryan have played with lots of different harmonies before, and this song really perfectly, shows the different kinds of harmonies that we can do together. We touch on a lot of strange harmonies that we don't usually do, minory ones, and not the typical happy harmonies, but it just goes to a different place.
Very nice. Is there a specific message that, not just with this song in particular, but with your genre and your style of music, as artists and role models to up and comings, is there a particular inspiration or message that you are trying to convey to your audience or other musicians?
I'm sorry, I can't I think you should answer that one.
Okay.
What's the message? I mean, the message would be real emotion. We like to write about real life experiences and the things that people typically don't sing about or write about in song. I think that's kind of our forte, if you will.
Okay, absolutely. That's great. Now, you have mentioned that you perform a lot in local areas in Virginia. And can you tell me then, are there other places that you've been? I remember backstage you said something, you've just come back from someplace big. So can you tell me a little bit about where you perform?
Absolutely. We perform all the way from playing music on sidewalks, which is also known as busking, around Virginia, and all the way up until bars and restaurants and different venues like that. We did recently get back from a month-long trip in Europe. We traveled and played music for 2 weeks in Paris, France, and 2 weeks in London, and we played every single day, being in both of those cities. Both busking on the street, which actually ended up being really fun, and also playing in a few pubs and restaurants in both of those cities, which was great.
Very nice. Now, is there a place, do you currently have any place that your fans can go to purchase CDs or albums, and how many of those would you have out if you do have those out?
Well, every show that we play, we bring physical CDs that we can sell, but if you go to an online website called Bandcamp. It's togethersoul.bandcamp.com. We have our album for purchase online, and that's unlimited because it's via online. So you can find our music on there.
Very nice. Now, we talked a little bit about what has influenced you both growing up, but is there a particular band or artist that has influenced you just either to be a musician or specifically your music?
The first band that comes to mind for me is Simon and Garfunkel. I think they were probably one of the first musical acts that I listened to, religiously. Growing up, my father played them a lot on his record player, so it was definitely playing a lot along with the Beatles, and I love the Beatles, obviously. But Simon and Garfunkel is, they're closer to the genre that Ryan and I write and play, so I think I got a lot of influence from their harmonies and their writing style and just, the depths that they go to together, and I think I respect them a lot as writers and musicians, and I've always gone back and listened to them.
Sure. Okay. And Ryan, how about you?
Yeah, I've got a lot of influences. Let's say I was spoon-fed Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers at the age of 4 years old. First concert was Neil Young, Jimi Hendrix, Allman Brothers Band. Writing styles probably Bob Dylan, Simon and Garfunkel, Leonard Skinner, Molly Hatchet. I feel like I'm Joe Dirt right now.
So you
Sorry, that's what it says. He starts saying like AC/DC. Molly Hatchet was like, wait, yeah. I've heard this before. Sorry about that.
You have to get that in the editing, by the way. Whoever edits this, yeah. So at what moment do you feel that you would be successful as a musician?
I think one of the big goals that me and Ryan have had ever since we started writing was getting one of our songs in a movie soundtrack.
Okay, very nice. How about you?
I'd say in the words of Dr. Hook in the Medicine Show, when we get our picture on the cover of the Rolling Stone, we'll be where we want to be.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Now, you mentioned a website that you can purchase your CD. So is there any other location where your fans could find information about you, specifically about your band?
We have a few different social media avenues people can go to, including the Bandcamp. We also have a Facebook, which if you just search Together Soul. We have an Instagram, which is also Together Soul, and we have a Reverb Nation.
Okay. Now, can your fans also on these social media sites, can they stream your music? Can they watch your videos? Do you have anything on YouTube currently that your fans can go and listen to your music?
We have videos and music up on Reverb Nation.
Okay. So what brought you to the name Together Soul for your duo?
I guess the big concept is that we're I don't know how to say it. Can you
Do you want to say it?
Yeah, we together sharing our universal language. The concept revolves around playing with various musicians and writing with various writers and just taking our music to the streets. With as we said earlier, we went to London and Paris, and we've been to almost every state on the East Coast now, and we're trying to just share the love.